mixed with a safe speed.
Sometimes you find the news, and sometimes the news finds you.
All stations can keep up. At AdabaFM, we'll not only give you news at the speed of nanosecond, but we'll also break it down with up-to-date analysis, informed opinions, and distinct professionalism. That's why you love us. Adaba 88.9 FM, your go-to station.
It's midday. Good afternoon. I'm Olajumoke on Motor Show with Global News. In the news, port authorities dismiss fears of ammonium discovery. Los Angeles declares state of emergency as wildfire rages. Rescue workers continue search for survivor in China earthquake.
This is the news.
John Mahama has taken oath of office as Ghana's new president in a ceremony attended by world leaders. He was declared the winner of the 2024 presidential election on December 8 after defeating his main opponent, Vice President Mahamudu Bawumia. Mahama, who had previously served the country as the 12th president between 2011 and 2017, found his way back to power through re-election. The special guest of honor at the event, President Bola Tinubu of Nigeria, speaks on the future of Africa.
We are your brothers and sisters. We shall always be there for you. May your administration be a profound success and progress for you, Ghanaians, and the entire region. I am confident that new government under the leadership of President John Mahama will work with Nigeria to strengthen this powerful bond, leading to greater shared progress, prosperity for the people of our two nations.
The event took place in Accra, the capital of the Republic of Ghana. Port authorities in Ivory Coast have dismissed safety fears about a merged boat loaded with 20,000 tons of ammonium nitrate, which is the same compound that caused a catastrophic blast in Lebanon 4 years ago. Ammonium nitrate is commonly used as an agricultural fertilizer, but is also potentially explosive. Its presence in the waters of the busy city of Abidjan, home of more than 6 million people, has caused alarm among some residents. Part of this cargo, which began its journey in Russia, ended up being dumped off the coast of England last year after it became contaminated by oil following a rough sea voyage. A local member of parliament in the county of Norfolk described the dump as an environmental terrorism. Ivorian officials insist that what is now left on board the Zimrada has been subjected to more stringent safety checks. Locals still remember the impact of the unloading of toxic waste at the port of Abidjan nearly 2 decades ago. OpenAI Chief Executive Sam Altman's sister, Ann Altman, has filed a suit alleging that he regularly sexually abused her between 1997 and 2006. The lawsuit, which was filed on 6 January in a U.S. District Court in Eastern District of Missouri, alleges that the abuse started when she was 3 and Mr. Altman was 12. In a joint statement on X with his mother and 2 brothers, Mr. Altman denied the allegations, saying all of these claims are utterly untrue. The lawsuit added that the last instance of the alleged abuse took place when Mr. Altman was an adult, but she was still a minor. The lawsuit requested a jury trial on damages in excess of $75,000. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump is showing no sign of letting up his desire for the U.S. to acquire Greenland at the Panama Canal, calling both critical to American national security. Asked if he will rule out using military economic force in order to take over the autonomous Danish territory or the canal, responded negatively. Both Denmark and Panama have rejected any suggestion that will give up the territory. The boundary is the world's longest between two countries, and it was established in the treaties dating back to the founding of the U.S. in the late 1700s. The president-elect said the U.S. spends billions of dollars protecting Canada, and he criticized import of Canadian cars, lumber, and dairy products. But outgoing Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said there isn't a snowball chance in hell of the two countries merging. Los Angeles has declared a state of emergency as a wildfire explodes from 10 acres to more than 2,900 acres in hours. Fire Chief Christine Crowley orders more than 30,000 people to evacuate and says 13,000 buildings are under threat. Dramatic footage shows houses blaze in the Pacific Palisades area and residents abandoning their cars to flee the flames. The fire broke out about 10:30 on Tuesday and it exploded inside, fanned by 50 kilometers per hour wind gusts and incredibly dry conditions. Winds have been steadily increasing through the night, with the most recent observations showing gusts of up to 60 to 70 meters per hour over the higher ground towards the Angels National Forest and Santiago Park. You're listening to Global News on 88.9 FM Akure, transmitting from Ilaramoki. After the break, rescue workers continue search for survival in China earthquake. Details in the second part of the bulletin. Please join us again.
The news on Adaba 88.9 FM.
Glad to have you back for news update and live streaming. Visit our website to www.adaba889.fm or download AdabaFM app on Google Play Store. You can be part of us on our social media platforms, www.facebook.com/AdabaFM.9 on Facebook, at Adaba889FM on Instagram and on X, and AdabaFM TV on YouTube. You can provide us information via email, newsroom@adaba889.fm. Now the rest of the bulletin. A hiker who went missing for nearly 2 weeks in North-South Wales, Australia, has been found alive, having survived a forage berries and 2 muslibas. Medical student Hadi Nazari went missing Boxing Day after he wandered off to take photos during a hike with his friends in National Park in the Snowy Mountains region. Hundreds of people, including Mr. Nazari's friends and family, joined search effort to locate the 23-year-old. He was found by other hikers around 15:15 local time on Wednesday. After the hike, Superintendent Andrew Split told newsmen that Mr. Nazari had called out to hikers and told them that he had been lost in the bush and was thirsty. Mr. Split said that Mr. Nazari was found in good health, alert, able to speak, and no significant injuries. The China Development Bank has announced the approval of $255 million loan to support the Kano-Kaduna Railway project in Nigeria. According to information released on its website, the financial banking is expected to ensure the seamless continuation of the construction work. The railway, a standard gauge line stretching 203 kilometers, will link Kano, a key commercial city in northern Nigeria, to the nation's capital, Abuja. Once operational, it will provide residents with a safer, more efficient mode of transport, improving regional connectivity. It is also set to create numerous employment opportunities during its construction and subsequent operations. More than 14,000 rescue workers have arrived in Tibet to continue the search for survivors after a strong earthquake killed at least 126 people in a remote part of western China. More than 400 people have been rescued, Chinese state media says, since the quake struck on Tuesday, some 50 miles from the base of Mount Everest, destroying thousands of homes. Vice Premier Jiang Qing arrived on Wednesday to oversee the operation, which has been hampered by winter temperatures. The region, while lies on a major geological fault line, but Tuesday was one of China's deadliest in recent years. To end global news, Eric over top stories. Health authorities in Ivory Coast have dismissed safety fears about a boat loaded with 20,000 tons of ammonium nitrate, which is the same compound that caused the catastrophic blast in Lebanon 4 years ago. Los Angeles has declared a state of emergency as wildfire explodes from 10 hectares to 2,900 acres in hours. More than 14,000 rescue workers have arrived in Tibet to continue the search for survivors after a strong earthquake killed at least 126 people in a remote part of western China. That's Global News as edited by Patience Olusegun. I am Olajumoke or Motosho saying good afternoon and thanks for listening.
News is one thing,